Hey you guys, and welcome to this practice. So in this class today, we are going to be working towards our front split using a mixture of, I would call soft mobility and yoga. This is actually my practice this morning, so I'm going to be taking you guys through it as I move through it myself. So I have with me a strap, a cushion, just in case I want to add a little bit of softness to my front split, and a couple of blocks. So just grab anything that you like to have for your practice and then come back and meet me on your mat. Before we begin, actually, I just want to quickly tell you that I've actually created a 6-week program called Improve Your Front Split. And we use a mixture of mobility, body weight strength and flexibility training to help you progressively build strength and active range and safely work towards your front split. I will drop a link to my course in the description below this video. When you're ready, come and meet me, and we're going to begin in a toes pose somewhere towards the back end of your mat. If tucking your toes under doesn't feel good, untuck them and find a seat. You could also sit on a cushion if you prefer. Whenever you feel ready, find your way into whatever position you found and close your eyes. We're going to take 3 breaths together right here where we are. So clear your system with an exhale. Deep inhale. Exhale to clear. A deep inhale. Exhale to clear. One more deep inhale. Exhale to clear. And then just take a few moments there, exactly where you are. Just feeling the ability to arrive in this space where you are. Just set aside any thoughts, to-do lists, any worries on your mind. And then whenever you feel ready from there, blink the eyes open. And then bring the fingertips to the ground. I like to grip my toes into the earth, and then we're going to floss the knees up and down a few times. We'll go for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. The next time that your knees come up, drop the heels and wiggle into a forward fold towards the back of the mat. Just give yourself a generous bending towards the knees and do what you like here. Feeling out your body, getting into the back line of your body. Just wiggle around, do what feels nice, take a few breaths, find a little bit of freedom. A few more breaths. Just enjoying this moment, enjoying the sensations that you feel into the back of your legs. And then when you feel good there, release the backs of the hands towards the ground and then slowly roll yourself all the way up to a standing position, finding your Tadasana. And then take an inhale here. Exhale, tuck the chin towards the chest. Imagine there is a weight in the crown of your head, rounding you down. So the crown of your head is leading the action as you roll all the way down into your folded position. Feel the length into the back line of your legs. Hold the bottom for a moment. And then going back up the way we came, see if you can keep the legs long and straight as you slowly stack one bone at a time, rolling yourself all the way back up to stand. We'll do that again. Inhale up top. Exhale, tuck the chin. Let that initiate the movement as you slowly start to peel yourself all the way down. I like to close my eyes when I do this and really feel my spine segmenting. Hold the bottom for a moment. Let the arms and shoulders be heavy. And then on your next inhale, slowly start to roll yourself all the way back up. Think about your tailbone, your low back, your mid back, your upper back, and then the head comes up last. Inhale. Exhale, tuck the chin.
round it all the way back down. Slowly find the bottom. This time, bend the knees and crawl your way out. My dog's in the way. Into downward facing dog. I know we haven't warmed up the wrists yet. On your next inhale, ripple your spine forward into a high plank pose. Hold it for a moment. Core is engaged. And then start to tiptoe your feet all the way up towards the space between your thumbs. As your feet land in your fold, once again, legs strong and straight. See if you can slowly start to peel yourself up, just like we were at the back of the mat, all the way up to stand. Inhale up top. Exhale, tuck the chin, and then roll yourself all the way back down. Beautiful. Once you find the bottom, plant the palms. Shift your weight into them so that your feet get lighter, and then you can tiptoe them all the way back through high plank. Shift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Crawl your hands all the way back to your feet, forward fold, and then legs strong and straight. Slowly start to stack your spine, one bone at a time as you round all the way back up. Inhale up top. Exhale, tuck the chin, round it all the way back down. I love to do these to warm up. Before I start my flow, crawl your hands out into downward facing dog. Once you get there, inhale, ripple your spine into your high plank. Find it, and then tiptoe feet all the way back up towards your hands, forward fold, and then stack one bone at a time as you unravel all the way back up to stand. Inhale here, exhale, tuck the chin, and roll all the way back down. Plant the palms, tiptoe feet back, high plank, shift the hips up, downward facing dog, crawl hands back to your feet, forward fold, last one, roll yourself all the way back up to stand. Nice job. As you get there, inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky, get a little longer, get a little taller, breathe into the length of you. On your exhale, hands find heart center. Soften the knees, hinge the hips, and fold. Uttanasana. On your next inhale, lift the chest. Find a halfway lift. Feel strength in the legs. Exhale, fold. Crawl your hands out. We'll find a tabletop position so we can warm up the wrists. Circle your heart over tops of your wrists a few times. A couple times in each direction. And then maybe you flip the fingertips a time or two outside edges of mat, or maybe all the way back round towards the knees, which is how I like to do it. So just do what feels nice to you. And then from there, you guys flip the palms back to a neutral rotation, tuck the toes, lift the hips, find a downward facing dog. As you get there, take a couple of moments to pedal out the dog if that feels good to you. A couple of breaths. And then when you're ready, find stillness in your dog. Push through the palms. Feel the elevation of the hips and the length in towards the spine. And the length in towards the backs of your legs. On your next inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees. Take a big wave of your spine into high plank pose. Knees can always come down. Exhale, push back to dog. Inhale, wave your spine into high plank pose. And then exhale, cruise it back to dog. Last one, inhale, pull your body forward, high plank. On your exhale, waves you back to dog. Good. Inhale, sweeps the right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, right foot to right thumb. Left knee lowers. Inhale, arms reach to the space above, low lunge. Exhale, hands to floor or blocks, modified pyramid pose as you pick up the back knee. Bend your right knee, high lunge. You find your elevation. Exhale, plant the palms. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, the left leg lifts. Exhale, left foot to your left thumb. Right knee lowers. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, hands to floor. Modified pyramid pose, you fold. Bend your left knee, pull yourself into high crescent pose. Exhale, plant the palms, step back downward facing dog. You can stay in dog or inhale, wave your spine into high plank. And then maybe you exhale, move through a vinyasa. When you've finished, we'll meet back in downward facing dog. As you get there, inhale sweeps the right leg to sky. Exhale, right foot delivers to right thumb. Left knee lowers, inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, modified pyramid pose as you pull the leg straight-ish. The inhale bends right knee and rises you into lunge. Exhale, plants the palms and steps back to dog. Inhale, the left leg will rise. Exhale, left foot over to left thumb. Drop the right knee, inhale, you open. Exhale, close it off, lift the hips, and you fold. Bend the left knee, pull yourself in to high lunge. Exhale, plant the palms, step back to dog. The inhale carries you into your high plank pose if you want it. The exhale takes you through a vinyasa. Any vinyasa that you choose to take, just let it be yours. Inhale, reach the right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, right foot to right thumb. Inhale, left knee lowers, arms reach. Exhale, hands to floor, modified pyramid pose. Bend your right knee, you rise into high crescent pose. Exhale, plants the palms, downward facing dog. Last side, inhale, the left leg lifts. Exhale, left foot to left thumb. Inhale, arms reach, low lunge. Exhale, hands to floor, modified pyramid pose. Inhale, you rise, high crescent pose. Exhale, hands to floor, downward facing dog. The inhale maybe carries you forward through high plank, and the exhale takes you through your vinyasa. Meeting back in downward facing dog. Good job, you guys. Inhale, sweep the right leg up towards the sky. Take a moment to feel the stretch sensation there. Bend your right knee. Take your right knee out and around in a few circles. You could also do this in tabletop if you prefer, with the left knee down. Circling in both directions. When you've finished, three-legged dog, the right leg reaches up and back. Exhale, bend your right knee and deliver your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Drop the left knee down. Inhale, twist and reach your right arm up towards the sky. Take a moment to feel this position. And then on your exhale, bring your right hand to the ground as you square your body to the mat. And then from here, I want you to wiggle your right foot a little bit middle and then lift the chest. So now we're back in our low lunge, but now I want you to feed it out in any way that you want to, right? So I'm going to bring my hands to the top of my right thigh and I'm going to floss in and out a few times, okay? So we've moved through low lunge quite a few times and now I just want to exist here for a little while. So maybe that means flossing the hips forward and backwards. Just feeling your body. Maybe it means adding some kind of a twist, seeing how that feels. Ultimately, I want you to do you, right? Explore your lunge. See what it feels like to reach in a few different directions, to get into a few different spots. Maybe you kind of pull the hips back a little bit. Sometimes I quite like to do a little bit more of a sort of strict 90-90 lunge. I'm going to bring the back of my right hand to the inside of my right knee. I'm going to reach my left arm up, and as I side bend to the right, I'm squeezing my left glute to push my left hip forward. This gives me a really nice stretch sensation into all this stuff here. So that feels really nice to me. So maybe give that a go, see how that feels. A couple of breaths. Maybe you're still exploring your twist or a few other different positions in your lunge. One more inhale wherever you are. On your exhale, let that go. Left hand to the earth. This is where you might want your strap. You could also place a blanket under your left knee if you like to. You could also place a block underneath your left hand if you prefer. Okay, so when you reach back, if you can't catch your back left foot, then I want you to lasso it, okay? Maybe you make a little loop with your strap. Maybe you just hook the strap around it. And if you lasso it, then grab hold of the strap as tight as you can so that you can pull the strap. So you're pulling the foot closer towards your butt, but you're also kicking at the same time. So you're creating this contraction, okay? So if you've got the strap, I'll let you set that up and I'm gonna reach back. I'm gonna catch my foot with my right hand and I'm gonna create the same push-pull action. So I'm gonna kick my foot into my hand at the same time. I'm gonna pull back. I'm gonna hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Let the contraction go, soften, and then pull the foot closer in. So if you're using the strap, pull it closer in towards your body. If you've caught your foot with your hand, roll your shoulder open, look up if you can. Keep pushing the ground away with your left hand. A little strength in the low belly to support. Soften the breath. Take one more breath in. And then when you breathe out, release the back foot, square your body off to the top of the mat, pick up your back knee, and then all 10 toes are going to turn to the left, wide-legged forward fold. I'm just going to switch sides so that I can still see you guys. As you melt into your fold, pin the outer edges of your feet to the ground, pick up your inner arches, feel your sit bones widening away from one another, and create length into the back line of your body. Maybe a soft sway might feel nice. A couple of breaths. And then when you've finished, inhale, lift the chest. You're going to crawl back to your top right foot. I'm just going to switch it out again. Just because I turned into a slightly different position. Drop the back knee down, half split. So this is where you might want your blocks, right? You can add them to bring the ground up to you. I'm going to bubble in and out a few times. So it's quite nice to move dynamically first before I sink back into my half split. So if that feels good to you, feel free to explore. And then when it feels good, pull your right hip back. The right leg goes straight-ish, blocks on any settings, or maybe your fingertips are on the ground. And then for the purpose of this half splits, untuck the back toes, and then I'm going to create an isometric contraction. So I'm going to dig my right heel into the ground and scrub it back. I'm going to push the top of my left foot into the ground and imagine that I could pull my left shin forward at the same time. And I'm going to hold that for a count of 7. So if you're coming with me, dig your right foot into ground, scrub it back, push the top of left foot into the earth, pull the left shin forward and hold that entire contraction for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the contraction go. Take a breath in. Exhale. Soften. And whenever I find myself into half splits or whenever I'm in my half split pose, I'm usually wiggling my hips because I like to move my body around in my poses. I like to move my body around in my practice. But if stillness feels better to you, then let stillness be yours. And when you've finished, bend your right knee. You've got options here. We're going to take
a Chandrasana lunge. So I'm going to keep my back toes untucked. But if you prefer to tuck them, then I want you to take the longest lunge that you can hold. So it means wiggling your front foot forward, wiggling your back foot back, and then you're going to hold the position like that. If you're coming with me, back toes remain untucked. You can keep the blocks underneath for support if you want to. When you're ready, press the top of your back foot into the earth and see if you can pick your back knee off the ground. You're going to drive your hips down, but you're going to push the ground away with your feet. Stay here, or maybe you lift the chest. Stay here, or maybe you reach the arms up and back a little bit, creating a crescent moon shape from your left big toe all the way up and out of your pinky fingers, and hold here for 5, wherever you are in your long lunge, or here for 4, 3, 2, on 1, wherever you are. Softly lower your back knee to the earth. As it lands, another round of half splits, or maybe this is where you move into full splits, so maybe you bring your cushions out underneath you, you've got your blocks, do whatever feels nice to you. And then maybe you floss out. I'm going to just kind of bend and straighten a few times. And then maybe you start to lengthen your front foot away from your back knee until you find the position that you want to hold, work and breathe into today. So always listening to your body every step of the way. The blocks are a great addition for your practice, in any practice, but I like them here because they give me something to kind of like push against, so I can sit up nice and tall. Wherever you are, you guys, listen to your body and breathe. Never forcing your way down, never forcing yourself deeper. I always like to get into a position and then use the breath to soften in a little bit further. Two more breaths. And then from here, we'll slowly pull your right foot back underneath you. And then we'll rise to stand. Shift your weight into your right foot. Left knee pulls all the way up in towards your chest. One-legged Tadasana. And then from here, you have a balanced challenge. Maybe you find a tree pose, bring in the sole of your left foot to the inseam of your right leg and then pushing the two together, or any other position that feels interesting to you. In this moment, wherever you are, hold your space. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Tadasana, left foot lands. Good job. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up towards the sky, get a little longer, get a little taller. Exhale, dive yourself all the way into your forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms. Maybe you move through vinyasa. Maybe you step straight back into downward facing dog. Either way, dog is where we'll meet. And then when you get there, inhale, the left leg stretches to the space above you. Bend your left knee and then take those circles, left knee circles out and around, so you can move through the hip. And then circle in the other direction. Get any little pops and clicks out. When you've finished three-legged dog, left leg stretches up and back. Bend your left knee again. This time exhale, left foot travels all the way out and wide of the left hand. Drop the right knee to earth. Twist and reach, left arm up towards the sky. As you feel this position, take one more breath in. Exhale, left hand to the ground. Heel toe your left foot a little bit more middle. And then lift the chest. And we're going to take that kind of flossing out, loosey-goosey Anjane again. So do what you want to do. I'm going to pulse in and out a few times. Maybe you like to turn it into a bit of a side lunge, right? You do whatever feels nice in your body in this moment. You know, if you want to twist, you want to reverse, you want to reach, you want to side bend, do whatever. Just find that freedom in your body. Find those lines of tension or sensation you seek to find. And then I'm going to find that slightly stricter 90-90 low lunge, bringing my hips above my right knee. My left hand will pin to the inside of my left knee. Right arm is going to reach up and over. I'm going to squeeze my right glute to really push my right hip forward. And that gives me this real deep sensation in all this stuff here. So I'm going to reach my right arm up and over to the left and breathe into this feeling for a few breaths. It's pretty intense, but I like it. It feels really nice. You can intensify the stretch as well by pressing your knee and your hand together. And then when you've finished, wiggle your hands back to the ground. Grab your strap if you used it on side one. Maybe you might need to use it on side two. Maybe right hand to earth or onto a block. Right, you set yourself up in the ways that suit you. And then we're going to reach back and catch the back foot. So if you're lassoing, create your little loop. Sometimes it takes a little bit of a finagle to get it on there, right? And then crawl your hands down the strap until you get to a position where you can pull it in and kick it away at the same time. I want you to find that sweet spot, find that contraction, or you catch the foot, right? Either way, take a breath in. As you breathe out, kick the foot into the strap or hand and pull back and hold that for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the effort go, and then exhale, pull the foot closer in towards your body. So whether you're using the strap or pulling with your hand, I want you to pull it in and hold. Feel the right hip moving forward. I feel this in my right quadricep and the front of my right hip. I'm allowing my left foot to roll to the pinky toe side edge, so my left thigh is rolling a little bit open, which is cool. Feels quite nice. We'll take one more breath here. And then as you let that go, wide-legged forward fold. Pick up the back knee, everything turns to the right. Pivot all 10 toes, take an inhale in your halfway lift. And then exhale, you melt and down. It might feel nice to softly sway from heels to toes. It might feel nice to press your hips up and back. Once again, I like to press into the outer edges of my feet. I like to feel like my sit bones are widening away from each other. This creates more length into the back and the inseams of my legs. We'll be here for one more breath. And then when you've finished, inhale to a halfway lift, crawl yourself all the way back to the top of the mat, drop the back knee down, half splits, maybe you grab your blocks, maybe you find that bubbling in and out a few times, a little bit of a dynamic movement, flossing backwards and forwards. Being with the breath, always feeling your body and being conscious about the why. Why am I moving in this way? What am I seeking? And then find your half split pose as you pull the left leg straight-ish. You move your left hip back. Maybe the blocks come underneath your palms, your fingertips or palms to earth. And if you're coming with me, untuck the back toes. We're going to create that isometric contraction.
So we're going to dig the left heel into the ground, scrub that back, and press the top of the right foot into the earth. And imagine we could pull the entire right shin forward at the same time, like you were trying to scissor your inner thighs together. Take the inhale. Exhale, drive left heel, top of right foot into earth, and hold this position for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Take a breath in. And then exhale, soften. Find a bit of depth. Once again, I'm shimmying my hips from side to side because I always like to feel the different sensations that are going on into the back of my left leg. And then from here, come out of it, bend the left knee and set yourself up for either your long lunge hold or your Chandrasana lunge. So you're either wiggling your left foot further forward, your right foot further back, tucking the toes and lifting up into a long lunge hold, or you're going to keep the back toes untucked. You can have the blocks underneath your hands if you want to keep the chest low. Either way, press the top of the right foot into the earth, and then when you feel ready, and then when you're ready, pick up the back knee. The hips are driving down, but you're pushing the ground away, okay? Stay here with the hands low or lift the chest. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you reach your arms up towards the sky, and I'm continually driving my hips forward and down. I'm pressing into the top of my right foot, holding your position for 5, wherever you are. 4, 3, 2, on 1, lower your back knee to the earth, hands to floor. Maybe you floss backwards and forwards a few times again. And then prepare for your either half split, longer half split, or full splits. So grab your blocks, any cushions or blankets that you might like to have, and you find the position that you want to work in today. Maybe you're lengthening your left heel away from your right knee, keeping a soft bend. Maybe you're up on your blocks. Maybe you're in your active, right? You do you. Or maybe you're working on your full splits. As I said on side 1, I tend to come into a position and then breathe my way deeper. I don't try and find or force myself into my deepest depth straight away. I tend to get there, and then I allow my breath to soften me in deeper and deeper, creating a calm and a comfort within my body, my mind. So wherever you are, we'll be here for about 5 breaths. You've got time to work your way in. Breathe. Sometimes it's nice just to close your eyes and just to feel the sensations that are going on. Your left foot is reaching forward, your right toes are reaching back, your head and your heart in the present moment. Breathe. We've got one more breath where you are. And then when you've finished, plant the palms and then slowly finagle your way out of it, pulling your left heel back underneath you. My dogs have come back into the room. We've got an audience now. And then when it feels good, shift your weight into your left foot, then rise all the way up into your one-legged Tadasana. And then again, your balance challenge could be crouching warrior, figure of 4, standing splits. I'm going to go for tree pose. So whenever you choose, you find the shape that's calling to you in this moment, and you hold it, and you breathe, and you find a drishti, a steady gaze,
Stay present. And we'll be here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let it go. Right foot finds the earth. Inhale, reach the arms up to the space above you. Exhale, dive yourself down into your forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms. Make your way back to dog, maybe through a vinyasa if you choose to. Let the exhale carry you back to dog. And then from there, you guys, lift the heels high, softly lower the knees to the earth, sit back towards the heels. And I like to close out a practice like this, either in reclined hero's pose or a supported bridge. So I'm going to grab my cushion here and go for a soft supported bridge pose. Find your way there. Reclined heroes, maybe even with the cushion to support you there. Might feel nice. Let go of the practice, let go of your breath, let go of control, and just allow yourself to be. Allow the shape you're in to nourish you in any way that you need. Allow softness here. Allow stillness. If you want to linger here a little bit longer, feel free to pause the video and stay there for as long as you like. But if you're coming out with me, bring some awareness back to your body. Find your way up into a seated position. And we'll just take a couple of moments together at the end of our practice, bringing hands to heart center and taking a moment in gratitude. Firstly, from you to you, for your practice today, for bringing yourself onto your mat to move your body, to breathe, to flow, to connect. And secondly, from me to you, for choosing to practice with me. As always, a blessing to share this space with you guys. And until I see you again, have the most beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.